Hey everyone, this is your brother Max Buczynski and welcome to the Loading Bookshelf. Today, we are going to be reviewing Reading the Gospels Wisely by Jonathan T. Pennington. And actually, Pennington is my current professor at the Southern Baptist Seminary. So when I was reading this book, there was a personal connection in a way. So let's hop right into the book. Author. As already mentioned, the author of this book is Jonathan T. Pennington. He is a father of 6 kids. He earned his PhD in New Testament Studies in the University of St. Andrews in Scotland. He is Associate Professor of New Testament Interpretation and Director of Research Doctrinal Studies at the Southern Baptist Seminary. He is also author of many books. And lastly, a cool, interesting fact about him, he also has a YouTube channel called Cars, Coffee, and Theology. Summary. So the book is divided to 3 parts. First part, clearing ground, digging deep, and laying a good foundation. Second part, building the house through wise reading. And lastly, living in the gospel house. In the first part of the book, Pennington lays the gospel's foundation, definition, and genre. 9 reasons of why we need the gospels, the bad and good of having 4 gospels, history of the gospels, and how to read the Gospels well. In the second part, Pennington expounds on how to read the Gospels as stories, in which he provides a narrative analysis on how to properly teach from the Gospels. Lastly, in the last part of his book, in part 3, Living in the Gospels House, he teaches on how to properly apply and teach from the Gospels, and how the Gospels are foundational in the canon. The quotes that stuck out to me. The first quote is, "Our canonical Gospels are the theological, historical, and erological, basic, in other words, virtue-forming biographical narratives that retell the story and proclaim the significance of Jesus Christ, who through the power of the Spirit is the restorer of God's reign," found at page 35. Second quote, "We must not lose history in doing theology, and we must not lose theology in doing history," which is found in page 103. The main takeaway from this book is the narrative analysis that Pennington provides in his book. The reason why this analysis stuck out to me is how to properly exposit the Gospels, in which first, you read actively the Gospel story itself. Some ways is to first isolate the story, read the story multiple times, identify the setting and the characters, observe the story, isolate different scenes, and analyze the narrative. Look at the bigger context, and then lastly, second part, you articulate the revelation and identification, which you look for the revelation of God in Christ, and secondly, identify character traits which are to be emulated or avoided. And the last part, you identify the fallen condition, the redemptive solution, and virtue-forming goal. And moving on to why you should read this book. Well, first, by reading this book, you will understand what the Gospels are. Secondly, how we should view the Gospels. Thirdly, what is the proper way to preach from the Gospels. And lastly, how the Gospel should affect our lives. So coming to the end of this video, I want to thank you all for watching. And the goal of this channel is to provide books that are currently helping me in my Christian walk with the Lord. So don't forget to get into the Gospels and don't forget to read them wisely. See you all next time.